When you hear the word budget, what comes to mind? Cutting back? Sacrifice? Boring spreadsheets? Here's the truth. Wealthy people don't budget to restrict themselves. They budget to control their money and to grow it. In this video, I'll show you how the wealthy approach budgeting differently. You'll learn the mindset, the strategies, and the systems they use to build wealth, not just survive. Let's dive in. Most people approach budgeting with dread, as if it's a punishment for not earning enough. They see it as a list of things they can't do, a constant reminder of limitations. But wealthy individuals see budgeting through a completely different lens. For them, it's not about restriction, it's about direction. It's a strategic tool, a blueprint for freedom, and a way to take control of their financial destiny. Here's the mindset shift. A scarcity-driven person says, "I can't afford this." A wealth-driven person asks, "How can I afford this without compromising my long-term goals?" That subtle shift in language reflects a massive shift in thinking. Wealthy people don't use budgets to say no to life. They use them to say yes to what truly matters. They prioritize, they plan, and they execute with precision. They treat money like a business. Every dollar has a job, whether it's growing through investments, building relationships, or buying back time. Every expense is intentional, not impulsive. And every financial decision is aligned with a bigger vision: freedom, impact, and legacy. Budgeting, in their world, isn't about cutting back. It's about building up, brick by brick, decision by decision, until wealth becomes inevitable. The three core budgeting principles wealthy people live by. Let's break down the foundational principles that separate wealthy individuals from the rest when it comes to budgeting. These aren't just tactics, they're philosophies. And once you adopt them, your entire relationship with money begins to shift. 1. Pay yourself first. Before the rent, before the bills, before the impulse purchases, wealthy people make sure they get paid first. But not in the traditional sense. They don't mean spending on luxuries. They mean investing in their future. This principle is about prioritizing wealth building over lifestyle maintenance. They funnel money into savings, investments, retirement accounts, and income-generating assets before anything else. Why? Because they understand that financial freedom isn't built by what you earn, it's built by what you keep and grow. Example. Instead of spending €500 on a new gadget, they might invest that into a stock portfolio, a side business, or a course that increases their earning potential. Paying yourself first is a declaration: my future matters more than my impulses. 2. Track everything. Wealthy people know their numbers, down to the cent. Not because they're obsessed with control, but because they understand that clarity creates power. They track income, expenses, cash flow, and net worth regularly. They use budgeting apps, spreadsheets, or even financial advisors to stay sharp. It's not about micromanaging, it's about mastery. For example, they know that their monthly subscriptions total €147.32, and they know which ones are worth keeping. They don't guess. They know. Because when you track your money, you can direct it. And when you direct it, you can multiply it. 3. Prioritize ROI, return on investment. Every euro spent is evaluated like a business expense. Is this helping me grow? Is it saving me time, increasing my energy, expanding my network, or improving my skills? If the answer is no, it's either optimized or eliminated. Wealthy people don't just spend, they invest. Even their lifestyle choices are strategic. A gym membership isn't just a cost, it's an investment in health, energy, and longevity. A networking dinner isn't just a meal, it's a potential partnership. For example, They'll spend €1,000 on a mastermind event that could lead to a six-figure opportunity, but they'll skip the €300 designer shoes that offer zero return. This mindset turns budgeting into a growth engine, not a cage. Now let's get tactical. Mindset is powerful, but execution is what builds wealth. Here's a simple, proven framework that wealthy individuals use to manage their money like a business. And the best part? You don't need millions to start, you just need intention. Step 1. Know your numbers. Wealthy people don't guess, they know. They have a crystal clear picture of their financial landscape. Income. What's coming in, and from where. Fixed expenses. Rent, utilities, insurance, the non-negotiables. Variable expenses. Groceries, entertainment, dining out, the flexible stuff. Savings and investments. How much is being set aside to grow? Why does this matter? Because clarity is power. When you know your numbers, you can make decisions with confidence, not emotion. Tip. Use a simple spreadsheet or a budgeting app like YNAB, Mint, or Revolut to track everything weekly. Step 2. Use the 50-30-20ths rule, but upgrade it. The classic budgeting rule goes like this: 50% for needs, 30% for wants, 20% for savings and investments. But wealthy people don't settle for the standard. They optimize it. They often flip the formula, aiming for 30 to 40% for savings and investments, 50 to 60% for needs, 10 to 20% for wants. Why? Because they understand that every euro invested today is freedom earned tomorrow. They compress lifestyle spending without sacrificing quality, by being intentional, not deprived. Tip. Start small. Even shifting 5% more into investments each month compounds massively over time. Step 3. Automate everything. Wealthy people don't rely on willpower, they rely on systems. They automate savings transfers, investment contributions, bill payments, credit card payoffs. Automation removes emotion from the equation. It builds consistency, reduces stress, and ensures that your financial goals are being met even when life gets busy. Tip. Set up automatic transfers the day after payday, so you pay yourself first, without even thinking about it. Step 4. Review monthly. Wealthy people treat their budget like a business report. They don't just set it and forget it, they review, adjust, and optimize every single month. They ask, what worked? What didn't? Where did I overspend? What can I improve next month? This monthly review creates a feedback loop, turning budgeting into a living system that evolves with your life. Tip. Block 30 minutes at the end of each month for a money meeting with yourself or your partner. Make it non-negotiable. This framework isn't about perfection, it's about progress. Start where you are. Track your numbers. Automate your goals. And treat your money like the powerful tool it is. Wealth isn't built by chance. It's built by design, and this is your blueprint. Even the most disciplined, intelligent people fall into traps when it comes to budgeting. Why? Because budgeting isn't just about numbers, it's about behavior, psychology, and adaptability. Here are the top mistakes that quietly sabotage financial progress, and how to avoid them. 1. Budgeting without clear goals. Budgeting without a goal is like driving without a destination. You might be moving, but you're not getting anywhere meaningful. Whether it's saving for a home, building an emergency fund, retiring early, or launching a business, your budget needs to be tied to a specific outcome. Otherwise, it becomes a chore instead of a strategy. Fix. Set short-term and long-term financial goals. Make them visible. Track your progress monthly. Let your goals guide your spending. 2. Overcomplicating the system. Complexity kills consistency. Some people build elaborate spreadsheets, use 5 different apps, and track 40 categories, only to burn out and abandon the system. Wealthy people keep it simple. They focus on the big levers: income, expenses, savings, and investments. They automate what they can and streamline the rest. Fix. Use a simple 3 to 5 category system. Focus on clarity, not perfection. The best budget is the one you'll actually stick to. 3. Ignoring small leaks. It's not always the big purchases that derail your budget, it's the small, repeated ones. €5 here, €10 there, subscriptions, impulse buys, delivery fees. They seem harmless, but they compound over time. Wealthy people audit their spending regularly. They plug the leaks before they become floods. Fix. Review your bank statements monthly. Cancel unused subscriptions. Set spending limits for miscellaneous categories. 4. Not adjusting for income changes. Your budget should evolve with your life. If your income increases, your savings rate should increase, not just your lifestyle. If your income drops, your budget should tighten, not collapse. Too many people set a budget once and never revisit it. Wealthy people treat their budget like a living document, flexible, responsive, and strategic. Fix. Revisit your budget every time your income changes. Use windfalls, bonuses, tax returns, to accelerate goals, not inflate spending. Budgeting isn't about being perfect, it's about being proactive. Avoiding these common traps can mean the difference between financial frustration and financial freedom. Stay intentional. Stay adaptable. And remember, every euro you manage wisely is a step closer to the life you're building. Budgeting like the wealthy isn't about being frugal, it's about being intentional. It's about making your money work for you, not the other way around. So start today. Know your numbers. Automate your system. And treat your budget like a strategy, not a sacrifice. If this video helped shift your mindset, hit subscribe and share it with someone who needs to hear this. And remember, wealth isn't built by accident, it's built by habits.